Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now, several months ago, we showed you some video of our Project Stevens, the favorite, right? The Model 15. And there were a lot of problems with that gun. The barrel was completely shot out. It was one of those 22s that nobody ever cleaned because they didn't need to. Yeah, well, it needed cleaning so bad that the barrel was completely gone. And then none of the original finish was left. So we decided to send this thing off to Snowy Mountain Blue in Moore, Montana to our good buddy Al Springer and say, hey, what can you think you can do with this, you know? And we waited and waited and waited and kind of actually forgot about this whole project. But guess what showed up in the mail today? Come on in here, let's have a look at what we got. All right, so you can see this right off. Al sent this back to me in a wood box, right? And he sent it through the mail and marked it fragile and everything, but somehow they still managed to bust a big old chunker in this box right here. I don't know if that really means that anything in there is damaged or not. I know that Al packages things up pretty good, so I have a lot of faith that this rifle has come through the mail just fine. But let's yank these screws out. This is what you'll get when you send a rifle off to Al in Snowy Mountain Blue. You can expect that your property will be taken care of, right? So we're going to unbox this damn thing. Now, I have not unboxed this yet. I don't know what's in this box, right? Oh, I do know what's in the box, but I don't know what it looks like. I didn't cheat and look before I showed you guys or anything like that. So, whoops. The screw got away from me there. Okay, there's our screws. Now, the plywood does not just come right off, and that's because I'll tape the box shut too. So I'm going to cut the tape, and cut the tape on this side. There we go. Now we can take this lid right off, and it's coming back. I've got something right here. Let's see what that is. Oh, that's the Al he must have used this box for shipping before, and he just taped that shut. So that didn't happen to my rifle, right? So let's pull this bubble wrap out. Put this over here. My rifle's in here with some foam padding, and it's wrapped in a towel that I actually believe I sent Al this towel with the rifle wrapped in it originally. And I want to kind of be, you know, fairly careful on doing it. And wow, can you guys see this? Can you see that? Wow, holy cow. Wow. This is basically, wow. And they touched up all the lettering. Holy cow, they touched up all this lettering right here. I wish I could show you guys this. They touched it. All the lettering is damn near brand new. Wow. And the barrel's been re-blued. Holy cow. And now this thing comes back. Now I owe an extractor here. Al said there was no extractor in the parts that I sent him. But those are easy to source. I can get that from CPA Rifles in Pennsylvania. The Shuttleworths, they can get me that. Wow, look at this thing. This is beautiful. The Tiger Stripe case hardening on this was done by C Sharp's Arms in Big Timber, Montana. And I don't really have a lot of experience with C Sharps. And to tell you the truth, Al told me he was sending it there. I was a little bit worried, but I trust Al, and so I didn't say a damn thing. I let Al do what he was going to do. Holy cow. That's just beautiful. Wow. I got to get some pictures of this out in the natural sunlight so you guys can see this rifle. Wow, wow. And the barrel's all new, freshly re-blued. It's been polished out. All the lettering's been touched up. J. Stevens Arms Company, Chicopee Falls, Mass. Caliber 22 long rifle. Now I owe a set of sights on here. I need a front sight and I need a rear sight, but that's okay. That's easy. That's done fairly easily. Now the next thing is going to be that this barrel's been relined. Okay, they actually drilled this barrel out, got rid of the old stuff, put a liner in there, and re-rifled it for 22 long rifle. And I want to pull this light over here. Whoops, sorry, my old desk light, seen better days. But I want to kind of take a look at the muzzle, and I've got to say that it's almost indistinguishable. You almost can't tell that there's a liner there. Wow. There's just a very there's just the very faintest line, and it's only about that far out from the muzzle. Holy cow. Beautifully done. So this brings up a couple of interesting questions. Let's have a look. Okay, so with the current state of this rifle, I've got to make a decision whether I'm going to use the new wood that I bought and that my gunsmith buddy Dave worked over. You can see this is fully bedded. The new splinter forearm is fully bedded for this rifle, and the new stock is also fully bedded, right? And fitted to the rifle. Now the old stock over here is not bedded at all. The bedding didn't come way back then. They didn't do that kind of thing. And this stock, I'm sorry, let's put this way. Let's turn this guy around too so you kind of get a look at what they look like. This old stock has some problems, but it also has a lot of character. Now the biggest problem it has is right here, this huge dent. I'm not even sure what this is, if it's a dent or a gouge. It's obviously very, very old. And the wood on this thing is basically straight grain, absolute just straight grain walnut, right? It's straight on both sides. Now on the new wood, this is a little bit more difficult to see, but you've got actually pretty nice grain in here. And especially on the other side, there's quite a bit of very figurative wood here. But the thing is, these stocks are not cut identical. And if we put them side by side, you'll see what I'm talking about. We match them up good on the rear end, just like that. You can see that the original stock is cut very sharp up here, and it's very narrow too. This is formed up, right? They did some work to form that. On the new stock that I bought off of eBay, it's just rounded, and they kind of sanded it down smooth. Now, on the forearms, the original forearm has the brass escutcheon right here, comes all the way up to the surface of the wood, and it's rounded off. On the new forearm that I got off eBay, the brass escutcheon is inset into the wood, and it leaves this kind of divot right here, this rough spot in the stock. There's pretty much nothing I can do about it, basically. And the other thing is, if you look at the two of them, the original forearm is quite a bit longer, and it has a better shape. It's rounded off. It looks more natural than the new one. Although I will admit that the new one here, minus the brass escutcheon, is probably a much better forearm if you're just talking quality wise. This one here is going to take some work. So what I'm thinking to do, because I don't know exactly what to do with the woodwork here, I'm going to actually finish both of these at the same time. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wood set and I'm going to strip it with citrus strip and get it as clean as I can. You've got to believe me, there are just hundreds of dents in this stock. This thing it's been through the ringer in its 100 years of life. We're going to sweat out all the dents we can sweat out. We're going to sand it smooth, just with a couple 300 grit paper. We're not going to go real fine right now. And then we're going to take this stock set back to Dave the gunsmith and have him bed this stock set to the rifle. Okay? And then at the meantime, we'll be sanding this down, getting this stock set sanded real good, and we're going to finish both of them with boiled linseed oil, which was a traditional finish back then. Now I know this rifle did not come with a boiled linseed oil finish when it was sold. Boiled linseed oil is a pretty, it's a labor intensive finish. It's pretty high end. It's difficult. You're gonna put 30 coats of oil on this thing. But I really like it. It's a really natural finish. It's not too shiny. It's not too dull. It brings out the wood tone beautifully. And it's available where I'm at, right? Sure, it's not a wipe-on poly finish where I'll be done in 2 coats, in 3 days I'll be done. It's not like that. It's probably going to take me a month to finish these stock sets. But that's okay, because actually, just like Al said back in the day, if a rifle's going to take up space in my safe, I want to be proud of that rifle, right? Real proud. Not proud that I cut a corner and finished the stock in 2 days. That's just not what I'm into, right? So, Jesus, I can't stop looking at this thing. Look at that metal finishing. Wow. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah. It's a good night tonight at the shop, believe me. Anyway, there's going to be another video in the near future, and I hope to see you guys again on Recoil Therapy. Thanks for watching.